Good afternoon. I'm Kirsten Neese with Cornerstone Homes. Today I'm here in the Washington 2 model at Chickahominy Falls with Frank Lackman, our president of Cornerstone Homes, and also our awesome tech guru of the whole company. He's just has a penchant for and hobby of following all the latest tech trends. So he's a perfect guest to talk about our smart home technology that we're offering in our homes today. So good afternoon, Frank. Thanks for being here with me today.
Thanks for inviting me. Looking forward to our conversation.
Yeah, so I just wanted to chat with you a little bit about technology in our home building and how that's kind of evolved over the last couple of years. If you can speak to that a little bit.
Yeah, for the 30 years that I've been in home building, the technology amounted to structured wiring, basically. That's what home builders did to make their houses, integrate the technology. And in the last few years, everything's been moving to a wireless format. So we've decided as a company to delete that structured wiring and move into more of the smart home features, try and give everybody an idea of what can be done now with smart home features that are available, and there are thousands of them, and I've tried to integrate some into my own personal home, and we give you a little bit of taste of that with what we've done here in our homes at Cornerstone Homes.
Great. So yeah, I mean, there's like Amazon Alexa, Google Home, all these crazy things. So let's talk about specifically what we're offering in our homes today here.
Okay.
I think it's about a package of 4 items.
Yeah, we've taken what I would consider to be the fundamental ones that people usually start with. We put in a smart thermostat. We put in the Philips Hue lighting system and show you how that works. We've got a plug that can be controlled through Google Home or Amazon Alexa. And we also have the front door lock, which can be controlled wirelessly and also has a keypad that you can use if you're not going to use your phone or one of the other methods.
Right, so super convenient. Everybody's kind of moving away from a traditional key system. They do still have a traditional key, but you can also use these other options. So you can open your front door from somewhere else in the neighborhood or on the beaches in Carolina or wherever when you connect.
If we're going to start with the lock, there's a ton of benefits. The first one is you never have to wonder, did I lock the front door?
Right.
You could just check your phone. There's an app. It'll show you whether the current state of the lock is locked or unlocked. And then if you have somebody coming to your house that wants to drop something off, they could contact you and you could unlock the door. They could put it in the house, they could leave, and you could lock the house back up. For me, the way I use it is you can geo-fence sort of yourself. So when you arrive home, routines start at your house. I don't like that as much because I don't want the doors unlocked just because I'm home.
Right.
My wife is more security conscious than that. So what I like is to be able to just say on my phone, okay, Google, unlock the front door. So if I'm coming home with groceries or something, the door is unlocked. I don't have to get out the keys. I can go right in.
So fabulous.
And as soon as I get in the house, I can say, okay, Google, lock the front door, and it locks behind me. So, there are all different ways to control the devices. And
yeah, we're just offering a tasting. And then like the thermostat, same situation. You can be sitting on the sofa and a little bit warm or a little bit cool, and you want to adjust the temperature without having to get up, or maybe you're recovering from an injury and you can't. Or
you can set up schedules. So if you're someone who's still working, you could have it come on before you get up, get the temperature the way you like it when you're up. You normally leave the house, say, at 8 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, it could raise the temperature a few degrees, save you some money all day when nobody's home. You get home at 4 o'clock, 3:30, it's scheduled to turn back on, cool the house back down, or heat it back up depending on the season. So there are definite ways to save money by using these smart thermostats, and the one we have is fairly basic, but you can control it with an app. Again, you can control it with Amazon Alexa or Google Assistant, whatever you like.
And then we have the Philips Hue system and then the module, which kind of partner together.
Philips Hue is the best.
I think I have a feeling that your whole house has built to you everywhere.
Yeah, the story I tell is that my wife was like, "Why are you buying these expensive light bulbs? Because they're, you know."
And you're pretty penny conscious, so.
Yes, yeah, I like to save my money, but when I like something, I will buy it. They're about 50% more than a regular LED light bulb, so there is some added expense in the light bulbs. But they're connected to a module that is plugged into the internet, and the way we have it set up in our house is that I use Google Assistant, and the rooms are all named, or the individual lights in the rooms are named, so you could say, "Okay, Google, turn on the backyard lights." They come on. "Okay, Google, turn off the bedroom lights." They go out. My wife thought it was ridiculous. Now, you can hear her all over the house. "Okay, Google, turn on the living room lights. Dim them to 30%. I mean, she never touches a
light switch, perfect for COVID, not transferring a lot of germs.
Speaking of light switches, I just did an addition, and I seriously considered not putting any switches in the house because I think that's the next step in home building. All the switches, dimmers, and all that stuff is going to go away.
Right.
And the lights will all be controlled from apps on our tablets, Google Assistant, that
Voice
kind of stuff.
control and other things.
Right. There won't be any switch anymore. It'll all be controlled remotely.
Yeah, so recently, actually this morning, I was looking at a magazine article in Builder magazine that said that the active adult, one of the top rated features that they're looking for in a home is smart home technology. And I think
does that surprise you? Because they're looking for convenience and ways to make their house make it possible for them to age in place. And these type of features, while they're super convenient, have a much the real value is allowing you to do things when you're unable to do them.
Right. Yeah, so let's just chat here. So we partnered with Xfinity. So there's lots of different platforms that we're talking about that you can use to operate these. Google, Alexa, we have a Comcast Xfinity in our model homes. And so we have an app on our phone, or at least I do here for the model. So I can adjust the thermostat. I can unlock the front door or lock the front door. You'll hear it beep here in a minute. I can turn off the light right behind, or turn the light on right behind us. It just went on. Or turn it off. Some of the other platforms or some of the other cool features of that platform and that bridge. Let's talk about that.
Speaking of this light, which is plugged into the module, which is a nice way to start because you can put that into any outlet anywhere and start controlling whatever appliance you've got plugged into it. We have that set up so that whenever the front door opens, the light comes on. Well, that's an important feature for people. Tripping is a hazard of aging, unfortunately. So being able to have lights turned on in pathways that you're going to normally follow when you come home is an important safety feature, and we see that. And so, what we're trying to do is just show people what they can do. We obviously could sell them more if they wanted it, but this is just to introduce them to the idea of what the smart home features are and what you
right.
can
I
do.
can see people getting up in the middle of the night, not having lights on, turn on the bathroom lights, and the lights all come on, so they're not worrying about finding a switch.
That's where a Google Assistant or an Amazon Alexa are perfect because we have that set up in our house, and it's okay, Google, turn on the bedroom lights, and the lights come on. You don't have to fumble around for the lamp and it falls off the nightstand or something. They just come on, and you can do the same thing in the bathroom. It's super convenient, and
Yeah. So back to the Xfinity partnership that we decided to join. Let's talk a little bit about that and tell me why you feel like that was a good decision for us to partner with them.
Okay. Well, all of our communities have Comcast cable available currently. So that was one of the reasons that we went with Comcast. We also have Verizon, Fios in a lot of the communities. So that's another direction that you could go. But Comcast agreed that they would set up the smart home features that we installed when our customers subscribe to their internet or cable service. And
Right.
so that was a way for us to give you the smart home features and the ability to have them
A
set
platform
up
right away.
by an expert technician and somebody that could show you how to do it. And that way you're not relying on Cornerstone Homes and one of our construction managers that might not be as tech savvy. You're going to have a tech person
Right.
come and show you how to integrate the thermostat, integrate the door, integrate the lights, integrate the outlet, and show you how you can control them with their new remote, where it has a microphone button and you say, okay, Comcast, unlock the front door.
Sure.
Okay, Comcast, lower the temperature 2 degrees, that sort of stuff. So you can do it, from wherever you're sitting and have access to your remote.
Sure. So it can go on a smart tablet or smartphone or the actual Xfinity product, and then they have a smart hub that's in the house, so everything works wirelessly with that.
And that hub comes with their service, whether you use it or not or buy a Cornerstone home. It's just a way for us to build on that technology that they're building into their system and offer some of those smart home features.
Yeah, and in this house, I know we have a couple cameras set up, one at the front door and the back door, and that's super helpful for our sales team that has a sales office just down the street in the barn here. But
and
also,
like my wife, she doesn't like to go to the door and see who's there without knowing who it is. She's not going to open the door for some stranger. So we have a camera at our front door too, and if somebody is there and they're knocking, she can say, okay, Google, who's at the front door? And we have one of the hubs with a screen on it, and it shows the camera so she can see who's there. And if it's one of our neighbors, she'll go. And if it's just somebody selling new windows or she doesn't know who it is, she just doesn't answer the door.
Yeah. Well, this has been super informative. I've even learned a couple things today. I don't know, I might have to go home and talk to my husband about making our house a smart home. We're a little behind the curve. I hope that this was really informative to all of our listeners today. And if you do have any other questions or information about it, please do reach out to your sales team. And if they don't know the answers, we'll certainly get you the information that you would like to have. But Frank, this has been really informative. Thanks so much for being with us this afternoon.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for watching.